Previous that it was a close one. When we looked at Straight Rip, it was a close one on that Strongholds map. It's a wild question, but can Ronin take anything away from that and particularly say, all right, well, we know that they're potentially weak on a Strongholds game?
I don't really think so at all. I don't think that this team is going to go into this matchup thinking any less of this team whatsoever. They know what they're getting themselves into, and they're not going to underestimate Oxygen Supremacy at all. And so I definitely think they're going to step up their game and play their absolute best right now.
All right then, gentlemen, well, I'm seeing fist bumps. It looks like the server is live. Strongholds on Eden. The first team to score 100 points will be your victor. It's going to be Ronin eSports. They're going to be taking on Oxygen Supremacy, your #1 team coming out of the open circuit. Gentlemen, take it away.
All right, and we are starting this one off here with Spartan, somebody I was talking about during the intro to this match. Individually, one of the best players in the open circuit that we are seeing right now, or currently competing in the open side of the bracket by far here. Moving around as you got the overshield and the camo here already being picked up. That's going to be Contra, like I said earlier, trying to be one of those anchor type players sitting over here towards blue side of the map, just trying to lay damage down, cover his teammates.
Yeah, and he's playing super smart with this camo. That's exactly what you want to see, is someone who can slow play it and just know exactly when the time is right to finally shoot your gun. And that's what he does, almost picking up a nice trade there, but doing just enough damage to get his team back into this one. But look at Straight, he has the rockets.
Yeah, and as we move over here with Straight, rotating with these rockets around, they did get 11 points off the opening start here, so not too bad. You normally want to grab a little bit more there, but considering Contra had that camo and pretty much picked up 2 kills himself, no surprise here. Straight doing what he can. Nice beatdown, does secure himself that double kill, and they're going to be able to move over towards Blue Bend. You've got the spawns being blocked here by Straight. He's got 2 players outside. He needs to make sure he stays alive here. As you can see, those nades being thrown into the base, but there should be a collapse here coming from Ronin. I won't be surprised if we see a triple cap.
Yeah, and I like that. It was a fantastic job by Straight just to put a tiny bit of shots into that player that was shooting him, to be able to zoom that guy out so he wouldn't be able to finish him. And now he's just staying alive inside of blue, playing that anchor role that you were talking about, but he's going to get taken out by Ryan Noob with this light rifle, a perfect weapon to use on this map with its long-range sights. Oh, but was that a trade? No, it was not.
No, that was Ryan Noob getting embarrassed right there. He actually naded himself to keep his shields down. There was a second absolutely perfect grenade, but not able to get the kill as a great thrust. I think it was from Suspector comes in to secure that one. So that's a big, big play here for Ronin to keep the lead.
Yeah, and moving over to Spartan here. Great awareness out of him to make this play for Rockets. Good double kill. He's just playing very smart right now, listening to his teammates, going to maybe kill one of his teammates, but that's okay.
That was an overkill, I think.
Was
3 on blue team and 1 on his teammate.
Oh yeah, of course it was. You're right. Spectre here holding down blue, just like you were talking about. This is essential for this map. 44-4 right now, though. What is going wrong for this Oxygen Supremacy team at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, they weren't able to secure that second overshield. This is just Ronin running away with this game. Rockets absolutely being a huge impact so far. And we'll see Camo Guy does get taken out. That was going to be L-Town who just gets dropped here. So finally, points being put on the board now from Oxygen Supremacy. Big trade there coming out of Destroy, because I think he probably should have lost that battle. Contra finds the rockets in his hands, working on this top center control. That was a fresh 3 down here for Ronin. Now this is going to be the time Oxygen really needs to pick up a good chunk of time.
Yeah, this is not looking good. If they can gain some momentum right now, they could absolutely bulldoze this Ronin roster. I've seen it time and time again. This Oxygen team sometimes just needs to get revved up. It takes them a while, but once they get into the groove and they start just really feeling each other out, and they kind of, they adapt to every team. There's something I was talking to their coach about, is that when they get on to practice, they're not practicing, like they're not playing to win when they're online. They're playing to learn new strategies and new tactics against every team that they play against.
Yeah, and speaking of some strategies here, Straight just pulling out some amazing shots, picks up that perfect kill, and then we saw 37 points here get put on the border. I think they had 9 or so a minute ago, so they picked up 30 seconds of time with their triple cap control that they had. So it's going to be back and forth like this all game, I imagine, as Straight gets taken out. That's a 4v2 numbers advantage. With control, the collapse on Ness should be coming in. Overshield should be spawning any second. I didn't have the exact time on that one, but that might very well tell who's going to be able to come out and take this lead, because we're not going to see very many more after this.
Yeah, Suspector here has the OS, and the camo is up also. This is going to be a big swing for them if they can just be able to take another stronghold. They have the OS right now. They have the advantage. They are down 1 in numbers, but as soon as he spawns, I'd like to see them take this red nest and be able to control the rest of the map, because the speed at which Oxygen is going at is a lot faster at the moment. And finally, they take some control here.
Yeah, but as you can see, it's Ronin really just, besides that one triple cap that came out of Oxygen Supremacy, they've been in control of the entire game. It was only about 30 seconds to a minute that Oxygen Supremacy had that control and was able to bring this game back. And now you see with that the last overshield grab that Suspector was able to secure here for his squad, that they're putting those points back on the board without much hope or much hope in sight currently of that control flipping back over to Oxygen.
Yeah, being able to hold down these positions that they have right now. Suspector just wanting to stay alive right now, just play sneaky, not being on the radar at all. Picks up a nice perfect right there on Contra. This is going to be great if he can just be a huge distraction right now. They know where he is. They're going to hunt him down, but the more he delays this, the more that the timer's just going to count up in points, and they're going to get closer to that 100 mark and ultimately win this game. So Suspector staying alive here is huge.
Oh, what a great job backing down. Straight grabs himself a kill. There's some trades going on. Suspector is just doing an amazing job at delaying this nest from being captured. What I really liked earlier was watching him, even when Blue Ben started to be captured, Suspector, he just stayed at red nest, ended up predicting there's going to be a player there, and secured the kill on him. So as you can see, another 30 to 40 points put on the board as Oxygen Supremacy only grab a few additional stronghold seconds. Yeah,
really top-notch play coming out of Ronin at the moment. They really are serious right now about keeping this Pro League spot. And Suspector absolutely has been playing the lights out. I want to go on board with it. Never mind. L-Town has the camo. We got to watch that.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to do as we are coming down towards the end of this game. No one's even started securing a stronghold yet. L-Town, it's going to be interesting to see. Is he just preventing them, or is he going to go for top catwalk? And sure enough, I like this play. Rather than going for that top catwalk, giving away his position. Oh, he does get spotted, and he's a second late, but doesn't matter as 2 members go down. He's got some help coming in from the rest of his squad. They put 3 down right now, and as soon as this stronghold is captured, that's pretty much going to be all she wrote. Everyone is off of spawn, but are they going to be able to rotate and get into one of these strongholds quickly enough? That is going to be a very tough challenge here.
Yeah, they're going to have to fly in, use every body they have available, and do the slaying at the same time. It's probably not going to happen, but this is going to be huge if... Nah, they couldn't contest. It looks like the rotations are just too much in Ronin's favor. Their map movement has been superb. 3 people in the blue bin, and that is all for game number 1. Your winner will be Ronin. They're looking good right now, Kyle. What do you think? I mean, I don't know. They just look a lot better than they did in last series when I was watching them against Era.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot different than what we saw from both of these teams, I want to say, in their previous series. We saw Oxygen Supremacy up and yelling and a high-energy squad. We also saw that from Ronin down on the floor if you were watching any of the Facebook live streams that we were doing down there. So we went from seeing yelling and screaming and high, intense energy to what we're seeing right now out of this Ronin squad, which almost looks like it might be working better for them, even though they won the last series as well, is a very composed, very methodical and strategic team.
Yeah, and their slaying capability, I mean, you can't even question it at all. All 4 of these players are very strong, but looking at these stats right now, I mean, it's kind of interesting. I mean, yes, Oxygen got outslayed, but at the same time, the assists are pretty much even. The slaying's not too tilted on one side. It was just the objective and the rotations.
Yeah, I mean, Slay's not heavily in one side or the other there, but definitely going over in favor of Ronin. But I don't think that those kills necessarily reflected how big of a margin of victory that we just saw here from Ronin. They never really looked flustered at all. The big chunk of time for Oxygen came from 1 triple cap in the early parts of the game. Other than that, this was absolutely Ronin's game, just running away with it.
Yeah, and great job by them too, because they've been kind of struggling in the Pro League, but I know that they've been waiting to get to land. You know, it's a different environment, it's a different feel, and they really want to get back to playing against the top teams and, you know, proving to, you know, to everyone that they still belong at the top. You know, L-Town and Suspector, like we said, were on a top 2 team at the Halo World Championship. They still have what it takes. They've been grinding really, really hard. But this Oxygen team, they're definitely going to challenge them. This could definitely be a seriously good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Oxygen, they have been, you know, dominating the open circuit for the most part here, and now we are seeing a Ronin that actually looks better than what I saw from them earlier here in the day. So as long as they're able to keep this up, you know that this is going to be a team that we might see in Pro League again next season.
Yeah, and this is early, you know. Both teams are still kind of warming up, still kind of getting to their peak level. And I think maybe this game number 2, game number 3, we're going to start to see that. And I'm really excited so far. This is interesting because, you know, the 2 players I feel like have always had pretty much one of the most consistent shots in the game are Straight Sick and Conjure. I've watched them a lot, and I've just been always really impressed with their confidence level as far as keeping a steady aim. And it's interesting that they're going up against each other. So I'd like to see a little bit of challenges between those 2 players. Maybe not, like you were saying earlier, if you are, you know, fighting to the death a little too much, you're not playing the right game.
Yeah, I mean, when you absolutely have to fight those 1v1 sometimes, and you absolutely, you know, get opportunities to come back, but, you know, a lot of it, I compare it to the use with a sniper rifle. You have the players that sit there, take a lot of damage, maybe even go all the way down to no shields, trying to line up a no-scope before finally thrusting to stay alive. Well, in that case, nothing would drive me more crazy when I was competing than when my teammates would do something like that. It's like, back down, let them change their focus, you be a distraction, but when you get taken no shields and you're forced to hide behind the wall, you can't pop out at all, you're putting your teammates at such a disadvantage. And half the time, that sniper rifle player will either overcommit or over-challenge and fall. So that is going to be something you definitely want to avoid.
All right, starting this game out on Truth, Slayer Destroyed's going to try to go for this camo. Let's see if he's going to be able to pick it up. Yes, he does. The Spectre, though, starting off with a nice double kill. Destroyed, not going to be able to stay alive.
Yeah, a quick 3-1 lead. The camo is going to be burnt as well, so not a bad position to be in here if you're Ronin. As you can see, Straight Sick just slowly or gradually hiding over at red base, predicting that there's going to be some members on their way over here. So it is 3-2, and the player outlines we did currently turn off here, so we'll take a look at that. As Straight Sick, wow, losing that 1v1 battle. We're talking about his individual shot there, and he's the one that actually gets turned around and perfect enough.
Yeah, that was a little uncharacteristic, but let's see if he can bring it back. L-Town, though, trying to finish up this kill in front of the base. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to find him, so he's just going to elect here to stay alive. He's getting the call out from his teammate's death cam right there. There are 2 pushing him, so he needs to just delay this death, but he's not going to be able to, as Destroyed picks up a triple kill, I believe. So he's hunting for that over, but he does not see it. He sees that player was underneath the base, but that player was not moving out because this man is on a killing spree right now. He is looking for it, and he is not missing. That is 3 down right now for Ronin.
And after the opening of this game, it was literally an 11-1 run. It was 3-1 in Ronin's favor, and then we were looking at 11-4. So this was, after that opening start, that was just Oxygen Supremacy completely manhandling Ronin here for the last minute.
Yeah, and right now I love the positioning out of Destroyed. Pink 2 has always been one of the most powerful places to be. You pretty much just need to take as least amount of damage as possible, but also be a nuisance. But right now, he is being super aggressive, getting that last-minute clamber, but not being able to save his teammate. Looks like this player is super confident and does not even get the trade. Oh my gosh, the Spectre, we got to go on board with him, see what he's up to. He's going to be dead, so let's move on to someone else.
All right, now we are watching Spartan as he's moving around. 18-9 though, so already up by 9 kills. Spartan, who's also got amazing shots. Almost had a perfect there, but get some help from a teammate as well. That new camo is up. Destroyed looking to push in and most likely will burn this. Sure enough, great communication here from Ronin. Will secure that kill. Once again, the second camo of the game burn.
Yeah, you never want to let someone get away with a free power-up. You always want to be fighting for them. That's going to be huge in any Halo game that you play. Right now, Destroyed, being smart, playing with his teammate, the buddy system pretty much. When you've got a big map like this, you just want to kind of sit shoulder to shoulder with him and bait and switch as much as possible. That's what he was doing on the Eli, but he decided to back up here and just contest Pink 2. This is the best place on the map to be, really. You pretty much can anchor for your teammates to push past you, get their cover the entire time they're in movement, and he's doing a fabulous job at that.
Yeah, still have a significant lead here. One that, you know, definitely doesn't secure or mean this game is over by any means, but Destroyed over commits on that pink street. Thrust is not enough to keep him alive as he just waited and took a little bit too much damage there. 23 to 15. Looking at about a minute before this next camo is going to be up. And both teams on either side of the map pretty split up here.
Yeah, and a battle top middle right now is going to be good for Rhinoop here to get control of the map. He's going to quickly go into pink 2 because this is a safe haven for him. He's probably going to come over here to help his teammate immediately. Cody's probably calling out that those two players are in the bubble, and he's just going to try to land some noob combo shots across the map. They can actually do that. I've had it happen to me a million times, and it's a horrible feeling.
Yeah, that plasma pistol can absolutely be a game changer. You can get big lock-ons from across the map almost, zooming in, making sure that reticle turns red before you release that plasma pistol, and it goes extremely quickly. You can turn around battles really easily with that.
Yeah, landing it on an OS player, and immediately it's gone, and you're just like, what the heck, man? All that work for nothing. But 31 to 17, Oxygen is starting to heat up right now in this series. They're looking good. They are just shutting down Ronin in all of their pushes. And look at that team shot coming out of them. 3 dead for Ronin. Camo is up. Let's see if there's going to be a fight for it here. Let's go into an Astro listen-in with Ronin.
There's two. I've helped. Ryan's weak on the lip. He won with camo, weak. Bottom in with camo. Go one shot. Go one absolute.
Camo's like bottom mid car slide.
Bottom in with camo. Yeah, car 2 also, guys. Red slide with camo. Red car slide weak. I got one. He's on me. Red slide or something. Red slide. One shot, blue slide. Car slide, one shot. Watch out for one, guys. Watch out blue P Street. That's right. Guys, blue P Street.
Nice shot.
Nice, shoot it, live. I'm going red.
Push this base.
Yo, go back to car. We need to go back to car. Me and Seller here. Alright. Yo, time in weak. Dash short. I can't see. Time in car 2. Car 2 on me. I need help. He got me.
I need help, you guys.
Watch out. Ryan. Nice. Where's the other guy? Nice. Two dead.
One shot.
Time in absolute.
I
got him. Nice hitting me. I'm blue bubble. P2 gonna kill me. P2 gonna kill me. I'm shots. He's weak. P2. And blue 2. I'm gonna die blue 2. One shot.
I got P2.
Watch out blue window. It's Rhino. Watch undercarding. Watch out blue card. And blue card or. He's gonna be blue 2, guys. I spawn red bubble.
There might be
Watch red. They're red.
I'm looking red.
Turn right.
I'm
not with you, Sal. I'm behind you, P2.
I hit P2.
Bottom mid, or bottom blue and blue window. Blue window. I'm looking bottom blue.
P2 weak. Ryan.
I'm trying to look at P2. I can't see him.
Nice.
I'm looking blue pink. Blue P Street.
I'm dying from red.
P2 gonna kill me.
Red P Street.
Blue 2, one shot. Contra. I died from blue E life. I got one. I hear you. Stay alive, Corey. Blue E life on me somewhere. Nice on me. I got him.
I'm far in.
Red door. Red P2 still them. Stay alive, Corey. I'm here. P2. I'm nading your face. I'm going P2. Red shoot on me. I'm gonna die. P2, one shot. I got him. Stay alive.
32 camo.
Car 2.
32
Blue car.
Car 1, weak car 1. Car 1, red slide, so.
Back
slide, camo. Times camo.
32.
Front red, weak, Contra. Weak, there's one shot red slide, and a guy front red, weak.
Front blue to pink.
Red car, give me red car.
One shot front blue to pink. Got him.
I got camo.
All right, and that was an Astro listen in here with Ronin as they're trying to battle back into this game, but is it going to be a little bit too little too late is what it appears to be. As you can see, Rhino pushing up, doesn't see Spartan, who's got the camo crouching right next to him. They need to make sure they get this kill before he's able to help secure or put any more points on the board here for Oxygen and Supremacy. Great shots coming out of Nemesis. They've got 49. Such a difficult position, especially on Truth to come back from, and sure enough, not going to be able to do it. While they started to mount a little bit of a comeback towards the end there, they just let things get away from them very much too quickly. You know, a lot of things I wasn't too happy with from Ronin that game. For example, when we were watching one of the players, I think it was L-Town, was in P2 and then jumped up to P3. And as you could even hear in those callouts, there was a player of the opposing team, or Oxygen Supremacy, charging up to P2. Well, L-Town's P3, he had a teammate on P-Street right behind him, and they did not double team that guy in P2. They knew he was in there, they had the angles cut off, and they let that guy get a 1v1 battle. That's not what you're going to be able to do to win these games. Those guys need to be working together, coordinating some kind of a battle, but you had L-Town looking at guys over towards Blue 2, while the guy was fighting a 1v1 right below him. That is not what you're going to be able to do to win this game.
Yeah, and I think that's a result of their comms. When we were hearing them, they were very sporadic, very, very rushed, and I'm not sure exactly if that's how they're comfortable but you're going to miss a lot of easy call-outs. Like you said, he could have been there to help instantly. But yeah, that was very unfortunate that that was missed, because easy teamwork can happen as a result of some calm communication.
Yeah, and sometimes when you think you have help, your shots might be a little bit lazier than if you knew you're in a bad position, down a shot needing to come back. You had a player running up P Street, knowing he has a teammate directly next to him. The assumption should be that you're going to work together in that situation. Now, maybe the comms weren't there. You know, who knows exactly what the players were thinking in their heads. Maybe, you know, we can speak to them afterwards and maybe find out more there. But that is one of those cases where you have to use the angles on the map and the lines of sight to create numbers advantages for your teams if it's still a 4v4 or all 8 players alive on the map. You're able to, you know, hide in a base, put a wall in between you and the enemy team, and just work together there to secure those kills. It's so much better to go 1 for 0 than have a trade kill, especially when you're in a deficit the entire time.
Yeah, and looking at the players now, it looks like they're not too flustered about that loss right there. They're keeping their composure really well. They're doing a fabulous job at, you know, just making sure to stay in it, stay focused. I'd like to see them communicating a little bit more about this next map coming up. That would be the best bet. You know, you never want to see a team just totally go quiet in between games. This is going to be a long match, and they've got a lot of action ahead of them. So, but look at Oxygen, they're just so chill. I think they're always like that, really. I've never really seen them too flustered, and that's one of their greatest strengths, I think. It's just, especially when you talk to like Contra or Ryan, they're just so like laid back. But it's funny because Destroyed's a little bit different. He's the one going wild, man. He'll be the one jumping up, just absolutely getting hyped and just going Super Saiyan whenever he pulls off a crazy play.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like a lot of the composure. You know, we'll definitely have to make sure we do a listen in here with Oxygen Supremacy in this next game and find out a little bit more what their communication's like. But yeah, Ronin, they're not in a bad position. They found themselves in the same kind of position in that last series, falling down early on, but still managing to bring it back and take the series overall. We are looking at a CTF Coliseum. First 3 captures to win. She may very well know, and we're starting this one off here with none other than Spartan the Dog.
Yeah, and this is a good spot on the map just to get some intel right off the bat, but that's going to be 2 down for Oxygen. Not much he had to do right there. That's going to be 3 down for Oxygen, so Nemesis is a bad spot right now, but Spartan landing a nice headshot. Great job. Unfortunately missing the no-scope, but he is zoned in a perfect location, not too far out. Landing another headshot on Ryan Noob. That's going to be 2 down for Oxygen. He's in the perfect location right now to give his objective player cover.
Right, and as you can see them moving around on the map, Spartan still with that sniper rifle is going to be a huge impact here. And we'll see if he's able to keep some of these spawn kills going. But either way, this is a scary moment here that I thought they'd be able to get some sort of a pull out of that, but it looks like that was just not the case here.
Yeah, it wasn't very good objective play. Apparently I don't know, they didn't go in fast enough, or they weren't calling out the right locations that they need to be looking, or something. Something went wrong. They weren't watching the spawns properly, and it resulted in a failed objective attempt.
All right, now we are still here with Straightsick. He finds the sniper rifle in his hand. Spartan already hot with this weapon. As we've seen, Straightsick, he is also hot with that. That's a quick no-scope headshot there, taking out, I believe that was Destroyed here. So we'll see, he is in the same spot, that Royal 2 location, as we have often called it. Oh, he's not able to secure that no-scope headshot. Too many grenades comes in. He almost got himself a kill, but that's great overall work from Oxygen Supremacy, picking up those kills. Maybe even grabbing another one here if Nemesis can start hitting some of these shots. Sure enough, will grab that one though. 2 dead for Ronin. Flag was pushed out of the base here, however. Make that 3 dead, about to be 4 as the last player gets cleaned up. They're all going to be coming off spawn over towards Elbow. As long as they can kill 1 or 2 here, they're going to have that numbers advantage of 4v2. This is the perfect opportunity, but no, already Destroyed gets taken out.
Yeah, and that was a bold play by that member of Oxygen to just ignore Straightsick when he had snipe. That just shows the confidence and teamwork coming out of Oxygen to really help each other with selfless gameplay. I'm loving what I'm seeing so far out of these 2 teams.
Yeah, now we're watching Ryan Noob. We've talked about him for years and years. Some of his unusual and great play we've seen time and time again. Straight Sick does take that Ryan Noob node shield, but great teamwork here between Straight Sick and Suspector will secure that, make that secure. 2 kills. Third player on that ramp. Is it going to be a triple? No, not enough damage coming out, but Suspector, he's not afraid. He's charging in, gets the call out. Last player in window, flags being moved. Spawner's coming up here towards Elbow as well, wins another fight and a killing spree for Suspector, and that's going to help secure that first flag capture now here for Ronin.
That man is wild. Suspector really is ready to come back into things. He is hot for this tournament. He has been grinding it out. He's been doing fantastic the past week or so. Looking at his stats online, he's been doing an incredible job, so that was really awesome to see. Spartan, though, he's going to just play it a little slow here, wait for these members to push, makes that player no shields, and he is just going to wait for his teammates right now, waiting for just communication, looking for these players that are weak. Excellent job working with Straight Sick right there, and he is playing this one perfect. Snipe side of the map is the most important side on Coliseum. You pretty much have all of the angles and getting a nice beat down on Nemesis to take out that snipe player.
Yeah, now as we see, Spartan does have the sniper rifle now. I was wondering if he was going to be able to find that weapon. Still plenty of ammo left, but gets melted almost instantly. We'll try to keep an eye on who's able to secure that. Looks like it is Ryan Noob. He's going to be the one to pick that one up. And as Ronin's already rotating another flag, L-Town gets it all the way to top rocket, stays alive a little bit longer than he should, starts to relay race that flag across the map. The player's bottom center gets taken out. Ryan Noob already lost that sniper rifle a hair earlier, and a 2-0 lead in this game number 3. Keep in mind the series is tied up 1-1. Suspector now finds that weapon in his hands. Oh my, who was that just backwhacked him?
I'm not exactly sure who it was. That was just so fast. The play is going ridiculous. Their speed is just insane right now. Both these teams are starting to heat up. Like I said, they had to get past their warm-up stages of the day, but now they're finally feeling it, and they're feeling really good. Ronin is looking solid right now.
Yeah, I mean, and Ronin clearly just excelling really well here in some of these objective game types. 2-0. Of course, there's no power-ups on this map, but plenty of power weapons to get your hands on. You can see they've got a carbine, a sniper rifle, and a battle rifle, and rockets on the hands of Ronin, while just pistols on Oxygen Supremacy side.
Yeah, the power weapons definitely make a huge impact on every map. You've got to be timing them properly and controlling them. And so far, Ronin's been doing just that. Right off the spawn, though, looks like they're going to get this return. L-Town flies on top of the return, and that's the kind of plays that you don't see too often, but great job out of him.
Yeah, Ronin's trying to move a flag across the map, but they are 3 dead. Last player's on the flag. 2 come off spawn towards Elbow. They need to make sure they can try to stay alive here, but no, Destroyed gets taken out. Now, they're doing a great job of slaying, but they're not able to get the flag past or outside of the base, really, where you can finally start cutting off some of the angles and moving it. What I'd like to do here is go into an Astro listen-in with Oxygen Supremacy, see if they can come back from this 0-2 deficit here.
All right, 3 going silver. They like the OE, guys.
Armo one!
Okay, guys.
It's your elbow!
Upside behind.
I'm moving our window!
Guys, I need help in our flag.
They're running. Running window.
I got top cat their side.
Sorry,
guys,
silver
flag, one shot. Through your window, guys, through your window. Top rocks. Alright, dude, we're 3 dead, Look, rocket the flag. Alright, no. Alright, good. Damn, bro, we had to adjust to those elbows way more. We just kept going snipe.
Oh. And yeah, that was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to mount some sort of a comeback here. They even had rockets towards the end of the game. Lands a Conjura. Not the best call-outs of communication that I've seen from these squads as well, telling each other to rocket the flag carrier when at that moment, there were no players in position to actually grab that. They could definitely have chosen to play that situation a little bit differently.
Yeah,
now Oxygen Supremacy finds themselves down 1-2 here in this series as we take a look at the stats here. Spartan having a big game, lots of assists, lots of kills, same out as Suspector here. Everyone doing a fantastic job for Ronin. On the other hand, Contra, the player that we put a lot of pressure on to really show up, the player that spent essentially the most amount of time in Pro League, besides probably like Spartan here, falling down to 7-14 on a map where normally we'd start to see him anchoring those positions and really being an impact.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Contra. Sometimes you have those games, though, that weren't going in your favor. Spartan, though, was looking really sharp throughout the entire game, just having a fabulous one. 12, 9, and 9. You know he was doing his part. He had 2 perfect kills that game. Spartan was really doing an incredible job. A lot of damage being dealt. Really taking over games. You know, Spartan is one of those players that can do that, and it's great to see him actually come out and start to perform at a live event and prove to the world that he's able to do that. But you know, a lot of people were kind of predicting him to be like the next big thing, that he could be at the top, and I know this is a really good chance for him to still prove himself and to work back up there at this event.
Yeah, and as you can see, we're taking a look at the players on your screen there. Might be a little bit of a bathroom break going on here for a few of these guys as they get ready to reset, being down 1-2. Ronin looking to close this series out and guarantee themselves the spot in Pro League for next season. On the other end, Oxygen Supremacy still looking to bounce back. Now, of course, if they do lose this game, they're not out of it yet. They will drop down to the elimination bracket. A lot of good teams that wait down there, though. This amateur scene has really improved over the course of the last few seasons here. So that is not going to be a position you want to find yourself in.
No, the competition is just the cream of the crop right now. You know, we've had such a great turnout at this event, and it's been incredible to see that the community's coming together like this. And it's just fantastic, the level of play that we've been, you know, it's risen so high now that these teams are getting challenged big time.
Yeah, and of course you're taking a look at Spartan here on your screen. 16 perfect kills on 1.49 KDA over the course of the summer 2017 season here, and he's had a lot of great performances. You know, thinking back to Halo World Championships, they had that reverse sweeping down 0-3 in the series against Straight Ripon. Finished 2nd place at HCS Las Vegas 2016. So while 1st place and then being the champion has eluded him, he is no stranger to performing at the highest level and even being a runner-up at a tournament.
Yeah, definitely. When he was on Liquid, it was just fabulous watching him play. He's one of those momentum players. When he starts to get on a roll, there is literally no stopping him. He can absolutely dominate an entire map, and it's really a lot of fun to watch. You know, players that are fans of his stream, you know, will watch him on Twitch forever. They know just exactly what he can do, and it's really incredible. I'm glad that we saw that last game, a little glimpse of that, but going forward, he's going to have to do a lot more.
And of course, now you're looking at Straight Stick there on your screen. He's also had a really good performances, been as high as 4th place in Millennial eSports or Las Vegas 2017, having a phenomenal tournament there. Of course, he has been around for quite some time. One of the, you know, it's kind of amazing that we're still seeing him compete here at this level as well. Halo 2, 2006.
Yeah, man, I used to play 1v1s with him on Lockout all the time. And I'd like to put some other notables up there. He won every single free-for-all, all the way from round 1 to the free-for-all finals, and won the free-for-all finals at the Halo 4 Global Championship.
Wow,
Did not drop a single game.
Because he finished top 4 there as
Finished
well.
top 4, almost beat Legit clutched it as usual. But yeah, that was a great job from him. And he also placed 3rd at MLG Anaheim in 2011 with Team Classic with Chig and Russo. You know, the Prototype, they were a fantastic squad at that event, placing 4th at Nationals that same year. You know, he is definitely a huge playmaker for this Ronin team.
Yeah, nobody can doubt his individual skill. If the free-for-all performances don't, you know, convince you of that, he's had those top 4v4 performances as well, and he is still alive and kicking here. And that little Straight Stick tattoo on his forearm, if you can see that on your screen too here. He is, you know, he's ready to compete. It definitely looks like here. It looks like nice little water handouts here coming from Norm on main stage. So we'll see to keep these players hydrated here. And as we get ready to head into a game number 4, keep in mind, Oxygen Supremacy are finding themselves down 2-1 in this series.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be able to fight back in this game type, no problem. Plaza Strongholds is going to be a good one. I mean, it's going to be super fast-paced, as all Strongholds usually are. The rotations are going to be key, as we saw in game number 1. Ronin was so strong in the rotations. If Oxygen can, you know, maybe feel a little bit more like they've adapted to this team, I think that they'll be able to take this game no problem.
Yeah, keep in mind, you're looking at your screen, best of 7, as these are the relegation matches, the end of the open bracket on the winner's side here. At least 2 more games to be played here in this series. Applause to Stronghold and a Regret Slayer. And should we see Oxygen Supremacy make a amount to come back here, we will be looking at the game going into a CTF on Fathom as well.
Yeah, and we all know about Fathom. It can pretty much go either way. It can either be drawn out into several replays. That one's always kind of a wild card for teams, really. And I can't remember exactly what the scrim results were between these 2 teams, or if they've even played each other at all. So this could be like, they're just first playing, against each other. They're trying to feel each other out. We've got a long, best of 7 ahead of us, so they've got plenty of time to kind of get comfortable with each other. It does seem like they, are on even grounds right now. It's like individually, they're all just disgusting.
All right, yeah, and it looks like, as you can see on the screen there, everybody has been walking back up onto stage. Everyone's starting to sit back, get the headphones on here as they prepare to head into our match number 4 of this series. Now, we are looking at a Strongholds on Plaza. Who do you think Nighty Night is going to take this one?
Well, if game 1's any indication, I'd have to go with Ronin, because they just had such great control of everything, and they were also rotating at a perfect sequence. They were all in conjunction, they were communicating well, and it just seems to fit their playstyle really well, being able to slay around the strongholds once they have control. Now, if Oxygen's going to be able to disrupt that somehow, this could be an interesting one, but I'm going to go with Ronin.
Yeah, Ronin definitely going to be the favorites going into this one, as they are leading the series, the higher-ranked team and our Pro League team currently competing in relegation. Now we are getting ready to jump into the game, as I just got an update that these players are ready to rock and roll. Strongholds on the Plaza, 100 points to win, and we saw some crazy matches on this map already as it is. Yeah. Speaking of that straight ripping series against Oxygen Supremacy, what was that? 100 to 98, 99 to 98 at one point, and just non-stop back and forth action.
Yeah, and it was one decision that decided that game, so every little thing matters, and it's just a lot of fun to watch this. Right now, we've got an individual battle between Spartan right now and Contra, and Spartan's going to win that one, and it looks like he burned the camo, so excellent job out of him starting this one off. That's exactly what you want to see. And Destroyed grabbing bottom middle, though. They are the ones that are going to come out swinging hot right out of the gate. Let's see if Destroyed's going to be able to take out this player. He does. Excellent job by him.
Yeah, L-Town tries to give him a little juke move there, but not going to be able to break his ankles this time, as the kill does go over to Oxygen Supremacy. And as we see players moving around, the points are being put on the board here for Oxygen, but we'll see if they're going to be able to get back into this one here shortly.
Hostiles captured bottom mid. Enemy team.
All right, now that is still 10-1 now. Finally, Ronin starting to put some points back here on the board as well. Bottom mid now, however, with 3 players dropping down, still just moving over here, and it's going to go right back in their favor. Oh, the contest is in there. We'll see if they'll be able to get that one back. Now we're moving around Destroyed here on your screen, and we'll see as we get this one going. Finally going to be tied up here. And what we're watching is them moving across the map, focusing on keeping Nest. They're scared they're going to lose this one, but it's going to be Ronin here and friends that are still holding it guarded bottom mid, but as you can see on your screen, that one is starting to come over and be captured.
Yeah, and Destroyed right now doing an excellent job just being a distraction bottom middle. Gets hit by that grenade, though. Doing an excellent job just delaying, just making sure that those points were trying to go into his favor, and Ronin had something to fight against down there. L-Town, though, going to just help his teammate, doing a nice job just placing himself on the map properly, getting high ground, and getting the drop on that player, but he's going to leave him in order to help his teammate bottom middle. That's an excellent, excellent decision to make right there. You don't see that too often from AMS. Usually they'll try to, chase that one kill, but being able to switch between targets is vital.
Yeah, but that's a fresh 3 down here from Ronin. Finally, Oxygen and Supremacy starting to put some more points on the board. Now they have, as a lot of people would say, that poor man setup. They got Yard and Ness, and it's going to be Ronin here trying to just not give up bottom mid control. Nemesis with a great ground pound actually stays alive for an extra second, cuts off the angle of the shots coming in here from Ronin, and is able to get top center, actually secure that camo. If he lives with this, this is going to be a triple cap we're looking at here momentarily, but no. Great job here coming out of Ronin to actually pick up and finish off that kill.
Excellent example of why movement is paramount in this game. If you don't have the movement, it's going to be hard to compete against the pro teams, and that was just such a great display from Nemesis. And now Oxygen is in the lead.
Yeah, as you can see, finally it's starting to pick up some additional points here, but we got players dropping left and right. Suspector gets taken no shields. He needs to back down and stay alive here. Player right on the other side of this wall walks into a perfect back smack. That's going to be an easy kill going over in his favor. If he's able to secure this one, this is going to be an absolutely great time to regain control. 4 dead now for Oxygen and Supremacy. Only 2 dead here for Ronin. They should be able to get the points back on the board. They will be able to secure bottom mid.
And they've got good height advantage right now. Now they just need to find those players, eliminate them quick. It's all going to be about speed right now. This game type is very much about the time, and it's a really close game at the moment. It looks like Ronin is taking over, though, doing a fabulous job. Ryan Noob, though, no shields, taking out Suspector around that while dodging his teammate. That is just some advanced movement coming out of Ryan Noob right there. Excellent job from him.
Yeah, but is it going to be enough, as that was just a 3 dead for Oxygen Supremacy, so he did a great job buying time. It's going to help his teammates coming off of spawn initially, so they're not getting collapsed on, but points still going over here to Ronin, and the Suspector grabbing the shotgun. You can see they're getting the callouts. They know there's a player in Hotel. Another one on Dip. Contra not paying attention, or just too focused on L-Town. It's just going to get cleaned up by an easy shotgun kill from Suspector. Between that back smack and some of these shotgun kills, Suspector, he's just cleaning up.
Yeah, Suspector, like I said, has just been looking so incredible these past few weeks. I watched him in a recent online tournament, and he was going off, it seemed, every game against a lot of the top teams who ultimately won it. So he is just really just doing a fantastic job. Just really serious.
But that's 4 dead for Ronin, all 4 alive for Oxygen Supremacy. We're definitely going to see points start going back on the board. Will they be able to get any kind of collapse coming? Ronin immediately rotating over towards the yard to prevent any kind of triple cap from happening. Oxygen making a wise decision to just slow down or pull back and wait for that charge out of Ronin.
Yeah, but I like what Oxygen did there. They immediately got out of the hill, got height advantage, and then we're ready to pounce again.
Yeah,
they were ready for that push.
It did not work out at all, as they were trying to be ready for that push, but it was Ronin that it just immediately, after being 4 down, losing control, just jumps out and recaptures bottom mid.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out, but it was very good job. If they can just keep the pressure up, get out of this triple cap, though, it's going to be essential that they do. They just need to focus in on a few players. That's going to be 2 dead for Ronin, 3 dead for Ronin. Nemesis going to try to take the bottom hill. He sees the last player. Are they going to spawn over there by him? Hopefully not, because that would be a death trap. Yes, they are. They're all going to be low. Let's see if Oxygen can take advantage of that.
Yeah, Ronin just doing a phenomenal job at capturing bottom mid. This is probably some of the best bottom mid control I've seen in quite some time. Each time Oxygen Supremacy, they're able to get the kills, they're able to get the numbers advantage. They're just not able to hold anything right off of the spawn. You need to be picking up 15, 20-second chunks of time at least here, and they're not been able to get even like 5 seconds.
Yeah, they just jump in the hill and pretty much say, come to us, we will outshoot you and outslay you while we're in the hill. And it's been doing a great job so far. I mean, it's working.
Yeah, finally we'll see how many they're able to accumulate this time, but it's 2 dead here for Oxygen. Straight Sick in a battle with the last 2 players towards top. This does a great job backing down, staying alive, trying to predict or throw some anti-charging nades there. Will pick up another kill. 2 dead here. That's a 4v2 numbers advantage. Yard is being captured, but it's got Ronin here taking bottom mid and Ness. So even though the hills might swap a little bit, it is still Ronin in full control.
Yeah, total control at the moment, and they're holding down the Nest. Let's see what Straight Sick can do here. He's just going to put damage on everybody. Landing 2 shots in both those players, then flying out, not taking any damage himself. Excellent shots on the Contra. That's exactly what I was talking about. I wanted to see. Great job at it straight sick right there.
Yeah, we are getting down towards the end of the game here. I don't think we're going to see a repeat of what happened earlier. And is the reset here going to come out for Ronin? Suspector gets the kill, gets the reset. Nobody else in position to grab these hills. Last two players for Oxygen Supremacy, they know they have to go for something, but the kill's still going over in favor of Ronin, and that's going to be a game number 4 victory. That's going to put the series at 3-1. Now, don't get too excited quite yet, although you might think Ronin has won, but they have not. It is a best of 7. So it is going to be one more game away. Essentially, we are sitting at match point here for these squads, while on the other hand, Oxygen Supremacy will have to put together full 3 map wins to go ahead and steal this series from Ronin.
Gosh, the rotations, Stronghold is just so good for this team somehow. Like, their way that they play it is a little unorthodox. Like, the way they were just hopping the hill and immediately team shooting everything that flew out at them. Like, if the Oxygen wasn't completely on point with popping out, they were going to get outshot and outslayed by this Ronin roster.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a couple perfect kills here coming out of Straight Sig. We're taking a look at the replays here on your screen, and really, it was just Ronin maintaining control for 90–95% of that game. What amazed me the most was just how Ronin was not getting flustered and was able to break control. Like, nothing, I was not surprised by anything more this entire series than when Oxygen Supremacy put all 4 down without anyone dying and only got 5 seconds or so of control. That is just unacceptable. I don't know exactly who did what to make that setup fail, but you got to be getting at least 20–30 second chunks of time. Rarely do you even see in a game where all 4 of one team and all 4 of the other team are alive versus dead. You almost never even see that. That's the only time you can get set up for a perfect setup, and the setup that came out of Oxygen Supremacy's side did not work and was just perfectly countered here by Ronin. And once you saw that kind of collapse happen here, you just knew Ronin was going to run away with that one.
Yeah, it definitely was not spelling good for Oxygen. When they couldn't get everything together, it was almost like the speed was just too fast. Ronin was just too aggressive, and one play pretty much stopped all of Oxygen from taking over the map and keeping control. It was just that speed. Immediately ran off spawn probably and got some crazy double kill maybe, and that was it. It was a domino effect after that point. And it really upset Oxygen and probably flustered them a little bit, because I saw some desperates there towards the end. They didn't get everything together, say, okay, let's drop that middle hill, let's try to come back here at the end. They just started flying in at the bottom mid, and it was not working out.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like it's the same Oxygen Supremacy that we saw in the previous Straight series. I don't know what it was for them to make sure they secured that victory, but as they're going up against Ronin here, they look flustered, they look disorganized, and we definitely saw some better performances from them in that last series.
Yeah, and we know the mental game from this Ronin team is very, very strong. They've competed at the highest of level in Halo 5, Suspector placing 2nd at Worlds alongside L-Town, Spartan placing 2nd in Las Vegas with Liquid, and obviously Mr. Global Champ winning all the free-for-alls against every player. Just, great job out of him as well. So,
I don't know if Ace likes that, calling him Mr. Global Champ.
Hey, he beat him in the free-for-all at least. Not the 1v1, though.
I think he's Mr. 4th place Global Champ.
4th place, okay, yeah. Sorry about that, Ace. My bad.
All right, now we're starting this one off with Suspector. Like we said before, this is match point here now for Ronin. They will secure themselves a spot in the Pro League for fall season should they take this victory here. And it looks like stop to a pretty good start. Oh, and no, Suspector, you got to hit that shot there. This is an epic battle. We'll see who wins, and no, Destroy comes out on top and destroys Suspector.
Oh, I see what you did there. Very good job. But he's got the power weapon on this map, the only one, essentially. I know that there's a plasma pistol at the bottom, but this is the one that will do the most damage. He's just going to play passive with it, play smart with it, waiting for these call-outs and doing a very nice job staying up top. He decides to fall, though. It looks like the numbers weren't in his favor. He's going to start getting hunted down by his player. Not going to be able to take him down, but he does drop his shield.
Yeah, I don't like that drop whatsoever. I mean, you had teammate, you just killed the guy low, L-Town. The rest of his team was up top. You had a player on Carbine side that you pretty much just completely left out to dry. I don't like that play whatsoever.
Yeah, that's never fun when you know that you have help and then all of a sudden it fails. But Straight Sick here holding down top middle with a tied game. He knows there's a player over here. He's hunting for him. He's looking around to see where these players will come out of from Oxygen. Oh my gosh, destroyed. Absolutely crushing Straight Sick right there with a unsuspected challenge.
All right, now it is a 9-7 right now. We're about 30 to 40 seconds away from that new overshield spawning. Plasma caster or battle rifles in the favor of Oxygen. Just one battle rifle, actually all pistols now for Ronin. What I'd like to do is go into another listen in here with Ronin to see if they're able to come back down 11-7.
Live, hide, blue plat. Yeah, just hide.
I'm running bottom. I'm going bottom.
Alright, blue two.
OS is 52-ish.
Three guys.
We don't have the exact timer.
I'm flanking P.
Aiden, I'm with you. Top red wall. I'm living. Me and Sal and Aiden are all down low.
Red wall weak. Ryan, what's your time mid?
Absent on mid.
Car 3, one shot.
OS coming up now, 52.
Waiting on Ovi. Car 2. I got Ovi. Red plat and top. I have Ovi. Alright, Corey, stay alive.
Corey, beat me. I'm going car. Plat.
Alright, I'm looking. Spot. Car 2, one shot. Red on Aiden, one shot. I got one. Nice, Aiden. Do that. Top red. Blocking blue. Red window, one shot me, Ryan. Red window, absolute. Ryan, one shot back blue. Ryan, one shot bottom red.
I got him.
Check combo. South.
There's 2 blue 2. One's going up bridge. One went up bridge. Help me pink. Blue bridge and blue needles.
Watch needle flank.
Top mid.
Top mid. I can't see him.
Bottom needles, one shot.
I hit needles with an aid.
Aaron, help me now.
One shot bottom needles. Wait, we bottom needles now. Blue needles again. I got one. Neb was down there. I'm looking. Okay, next. Shoot it.
Nice.
We never killed Neb. He's on me. Blue Neb on me. Stay alive. Chop blue needles.
Oh, I have the bull shot.
Where'd he go?
Bottom needles.
I got him. Bottom mid weak. That's right. Bottom mid weak. Bottom shot, Sal.
Watch blue flag above you, Corey.
I hear you. Behind me in blue.
Watch him drop behind you.
We spawned red.
Bottom blue. I'm gonna die with caster. They have bottom blue right now. 2 of them.
I need help top mid.
Bottom blue to blue. Blue bridge, one shot.
Nice shot, boys.
Blue BR.
We have numbers.
Blue plat, one shot. 2 blue needles weak. Neb.
Be aggressive. We're being aggressive here.
You watch out on me, guys.
Blue I need it.
We gotta keep going.
Blue BR. I can't. I'm trying to stay alive. One shot.
Nice.
Live. Get your shield.
Top mid, arch. Alright, top arch. Here, top mid. Ryan.
Watch red plat.
On me, Ryan. On me. One shot top mid. Nice. P2 on Corey. Red bridge.
P2 red bridge.
P2 weak on Corey. P2 weak. Nemesis. 2 there. Stay alive, Sal. Stay alive. P2. Live. P2 again to top mid. Watch top mid.
Listen, 50 is OS.
Top mid.
80 check for combo if you have time.
Help me in the
I'm
car.
going car. Top mid weak, guys. Trying to look for top mid. Top red wall, top red arch. Shot car 2. Weak front red, Nem. Weak front red.
Top blue, red car.
Who's got front red? I'm red bottom mid, Nem.
Guys, OB.
50 OB.
Red teammate. I can look for red. Killed me. I died.
OB is 50. They drop.
Red, front red. Bottom mid, one shot. Bottom mid, one shot. 2 more. No one here. Front red going back. Go back for it. They're going where? Go red.
Died. Red P.
Guys, front red.
I don't know where I was. Where's at?
He's at blue.
There's a guy red BR. There's a guy red pink.
on me, dude.
I'm looking red. Red pink going.
I'm on bottom red. Nacho is red somewhere. He's red,
Red.
one shot.
Dead. Top mid on me.
Oh, what's top mid?
OS is gonna go red plat probably.
Watch red wall.
I'm blue needle. Top mid on me. Top mid.
What's his red nip?
One shot top mid on me.
Where's the red
Look
car?
right at the
Top
red.
mid. That's right. One shot top mid. Red wall.
And I'm liking the communication that we're seeing out of Ronin. You can hear some of those screams, the yells, the call-outs here, and the teamwork that they're forcing together. But what just has happened is with that last overshield grab here, and what a great stick coming out of L-Town, but with that last overshield grab, they've been able to build up a 5-kill lead. What I'd like to do is go over and take a listen in, or an actual listen in here with Auction Supremacy, see what their communication and how it compares.
Coming up from P right now, weak.
One shot blue 2. One shot
top mid. That's above your wall, Ryan. He's one shot. Nice. No, blue bridge.
There's 2 front blue.
I left red. Alright, I'm at red. Ryan's car. Spawning at blue. I got P1 going through needles. Dead. Another guy on my bridge. Top mid P side.
I'm looking bridge.
Good job.
Blue bridge got me. Last guy. There's one red. Wait, Cody, sit back for a second. Car 2, red plat. I didn't spawn inside blue. 2 red nip, guys. 2 red nip.
I don't see anyone there.
We're good. Red bridge already. Red bridge and 2 red nip.
I don't see red bridge. Red bridge and top mid. One shot. He's 2 shots.
Need you, Kyle.
Top red car. Push me. I'm here.
Red P Street or something. Red P Street, I think.
One shot my nip. Absolute.
One shot peek 1 on me.
2 guys there. 2 guys there, Troy. 2 on Troy.
One shot peek 1 on me.
Two red nip. Got it. Nice. Car 2.
OS 48.
Your bridge one shot.
He's bottom. He's front red.
One shot, absolute. Nice.
48, guys.
It's on my P.
We're gonna go.
Got it. Shot, bottom, flip, flip. No, I got him. I got bottom mid.
I burned it. 40, 46.
P1 still.
Back up, get him up. We can blue needles. One shot, absolute. Go back to blue.
P1 top. Get up top.
He's on me, top mid. P side.
Straight sick.
He's weak. Under where he went.
P2 weak. P2 full L town.
Don't die, Kyle.
He went top middle.
Training top.
When you saw as Oxygen Supremacy went for that overshield, just got completely melted down to a 4-kill game. Make that a 3-kill game. Back up to 4, just kidding. As we're coming down to the wire here, keep in mind, Oxygen Supremacy's winners bracket hopes are still alive right now in the series, but they need to make sure they take this game as it is still match point for Ronin. And no, just as I say that, Spectre thrust slides in for a free death over to Nemesis. You cannot afford something like that towards the end of this game here.
Yeah, and playing sneaky like that, staying off the radar with any of abilities was awesome, and being able to clutch that kill on Spartan is going to be great for his team. They now have the numbers game right now, and he's going to be able to help with that kill on L-Town. Nemesis really pulling out this game right now. He's been doing great. Ooh, Spartan coming off his spawn, though, with an awesome perfect shot.
Yeah, I mean, that might very well have been the game. As you can see, Nemesis gets that kill, saves a teammate, and gets another player weak to be cleaned up by his teammates. That's how the swings we've talked about so many times during Pro League. It's not just one kill. You also, by dying in that situation, getting smack, you force 2 of your teammates to die.
Yeah, and so Spectre here just trying to mount a comeback in any way possible. He got really aggressive there, and that's going to be 3 down for Ronin. Only 1 kill to go. This almost looks impossible, but can it be done? 49-44. Contra hunting down that last kill. He needs to stay alive top middle here. This is going to be crucial.
Yeah, I mean, they need to take him out fast as Doom, just as we say that. The last kill comes in, and all of a sudden, this series 3-2. Oxygen Supremacy starting to mount a little bit of a comeback here. Ronin, definitely their goal going forward here is to just close this series out in this last game. You do not want to go to a game number 7. So it looks like the Slayers, if anything, have kind of been benefiting Oxygen.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, that's kind of been the story as long as Halo has been old, is that, you know, the practice teams that have, like, seriously disciplined players on it usually will win all the objectives. So I don't know if that's a telltale sign of that, but you know, those Slayers can only do so much for you. But once it comes down to the wire, if it's going to be that game number 7, a Slayer. So that spells good for Oxygen. They are looking incredible though. 15, 11, and 9 coming out of Nemesis. That's some big numbers from this young guy.
Yeah, and you're looking at that back whack Nemesis had, picking up 1. There's the second one, and there's saving his teammates for a 3rd one. At the 40-kill mark, had Spectre not died there, that could have very well been tied up 43-43. Now, of course, that's ifs, ands, and buts there, but it is absolutely 100%. Every little thing affects the course of the rest of the game. You know, non-stop, you can never predict what's going to happen, but that death right there was crucial. A free death at that stage of the game on a map like Regret, where a numbers advantage and spawn killing is so influential, that was devastating to see.
So when you're at that stage, you should slow it down, maybe smart play that a little bit more, think that, oh, he might have help, not just run into it so haphazardly?
Well, before I would go and like say what he should have done in that situation, I'd like to see where he spawned, how did he first get up into the attic there. But, you know, obviously, hindsight 2020, he should have looked the other direction at the guy right behind him. At least if he had gone a melee off, consider that. The player that was weak over towards the shoulder or car side of the base wouldn't have died and would have stayed alive and secured that kill. That's at least a 2-kill swing. And then very well the guy on Ronin, who was front red, bottom mid, probably would have gotten the 1v1 kill on top of that because he didn't get shot an extra time in the back here. So that's the swings that we discussed.
Yeah, Nemesis changed that entire ending of the game, so excellent job by him. Let's see if they can take this Fathom flag game, though. This is going to be the one. If they can do this, I could definitely see Oxygen taking the last one, and this would just be fantastic for them. I know how much these guys have worked. I've been following them throughout pretty much their entire progress as a team, as a unit. ever since Ryan decided to latch on to Destroyed, he saw the potential in this young guy and said, hey, this guy I know I could bring to the top. And he's been doing that ever since, and I've seen a lot of growth in Destroyed. He's been doing a fabulous job so far, and let's see if they can keep it rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely expecting big things out of this team. If they're able to take this game and send this into a 7-game series, that will be just epic for everyone at home watching. And of course, whichever one of these teams drops down into the losers bracket or into the elimination bracket, that is going to be a scary thought, as these guys are capable of upsetting and making it into both the Pro League, but actually beating some of the other Pro League teams.
Yeah, and that's possible. We've seen it, you know, already from the last LAN event. They just need to be able to get past this one right here. You know, you got to take it one game at a time. You can't be thinking about the games that have already passed. Don't cry over any spilled milk, and also don't look too far ahead. If you look down into the later parts of the bracket, it's just going to ruin you for what you're about to face up against, and that is this one single Fathom flag game. I really do feel like if they take this, they will take the next one.
Wow. Yeah,
I know. I'm definitely putting a lot on it, but I feel it. You know, these players are definitely momentum driven. I know how Contra can be when he's on fire, when he's hot.
Yeah.
You don't want to play against him.
Fathom is a map that I think Contra excels on. He's very comfortable on that map. He's got the light rifles in both bases. He's a guy that loves to sit top center and just unload that damage, like that anchor position that we've stressed so many times before. But on the flip side of that, you've got Spartan on the team. Spartan is no joke on Fathom. He can be, his flanks are always perfect flanks. His individual skill is right there where he's going to win those 1v1 battles when he does get into your team, your enemy team's base. And it's really going to be, I feel like, if anything, the Spartan and Ryan Noob show. Which guy is flanking or has the better flanks, has the faster flag runs, and we're starting this one off here with Nemesis.
Yeah, and with these new settings, you know, it's great to see that the flanks are so much better now. Flanks, whoa, that could have been bad for him, but he decides to just ignore that and run away. He's going to get cleaned up by Ryan Hoop, though.
That was a betrayal,
yeah. That was a little unfortunate, but the railgun does look like it's going to be in the hands of a player from Oxygen, or it just might be laying on the ground, actually, but at least it's out of play. They're going to be fighting for it bottom middle. L-Town, though, trying to get into the enemy team's base. He sees this player weak. They're going to just trade.
Yeah, not a bad trade there. He got hit by a nade, taken to no shields. That is going to be 3 dead now for Ronin. Last player, Suspector, over towards the garage, misses the first jump into Treehouse, gets taken no shields. That's going to be an easy cleanup here for Ryan Noob. So now top middle control and overall aggression will be on the favor of Supremacy, Oxygen's side. And just as I say that, Straight Sick with that light rifle picks up a perfect himself.
Yeah, that LAN light rifle right there just takes you out so fast. It's immediately a melt. You cannot contest it. You have to back down every time. It makes you just too weak. Ryan Noob, though, putting some excellent shots and managing to stay alive. Great job by him. He's going to play a little sneaky right now, do the jump again, and double back for this player. But that player knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, Suspector and Ryan Noob are saying, like, let's have a round 2 up here again. But it's going to be some help coming in from Oxygen Supremacy to secure that kill, and top middle control back in their favor. It's going to be all members alive here for both teams, so nobody been able to get that flag past the halfway point. A lot of action happening here in Treehouse, but a nice melee from Ryan Noob will allow Contra to secure that one.
Gosh, he is such a nuisance. He is one of the most annoying players to play against in all of Halo, I believe. It's really, really terrible to see him, how he moves around the enemy team. He can do so much damage. He can, at any point, move the objective. He really is just a top talent and makes it so hard for every kill. Oh my gosh, jumping around Spartan, just totally confusing him where he was going.
They were confusing me on what was happening there. Just a bunch of missed melees, a handful of missed shots, but either way, a trade comes out, so nobody gets embarrassed too hard.
Suspector right there, missing that.
I think he just shot then blew up the railgun in air.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got special powers right there. I don't know what's going on. But Straight Sick managing to keep his shields here, going to regain and then push out. Oh my gosh, Nemesis with the railgun shot while he was no shields, doing some dirty work top middle. Contra's just going to stay up here, wait for some help. Excellent job by him. Unfortunately, gets taken out by that grenade. That would have been huge to have those 2 players strong on a good power position, but it is just back and forth right now. But a double kill out of Nemesis with this railgun while moving the objective.
Wow, yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic nade coming out of Suspector, or else this flag absolutely would be going in right now. Nemesis, however, is doing everything he can to secure the capture here, but that was Suspector buying some extra time. Another opportunity for Ronin to try to stop this one.
Yeah, and this one's going to be put in by Oxygen Supremacy. They are looking fantastic right now. It is just, like I said, if they can win this one, it definitely will steamroll into the next game.
Yeah, like you called it here. If they win this game number 6 here, you're predicting them to take the series.
They
in
know
game
it
number
too.
7.
You better believe they know this.
Yeah, Ronin, however, is looking to not allow that to happen here. Zeltown has a great flag pull. Great heads-up decision, electing to run that out towards Silo side, one that you don't necessarily even see all that often, and he's going to be able to easily secure that capture here. And all of a sudden, what was Oxygen Supremacy doing just a fantastic job maintaining control, setting up and winning the Slays battle. Just lets Ronin answer right back.
Now, that wasn't a counter cap per se. That was more of just losing control from Oxygen's side.
And L-Town being in perfect position to get that pull, actually.
Yeah, fantastic job out of him with the awareness of where everybody on Oxygen is. But Suspector here just trying to play it smart right now, get a little aggressive with his teammates, get it into a better position on the map. Smart job by him to grab this BR. Ooh, just runs into a random grenade, has to wait a few seconds. That player knows exactly where he is, but he is going to get double teamed. A nice job baiting and switching right now, but he ran into his teammate, so he was unable to help him stay alive. That's going to be 2 down right now for Oxygen, and he's putting some nice shots into one of the last players.
Yeah, and that was not only the last player, that was the camo player who just grabbed that one. So Contra gets taken out, no worries about that. That's going to be a good opportunity to maybe focus on trying to secure a second capture here. They've got control in front of the base. They're gaping Oxygen Supremacy trapped in their base here. As long as they can grab some of these kills and stay alive, wait for their shields to recharge, they're going to be in prime position. But Suspector, I don't know if he knows there's also a player over towards Engine. I don't like that challenge. Maybe he thought he was going to be dead regardless. And it looks like someone from Oxygen was able to jump into the enemy team base here and pull a flag just as a couple members go down. So that's actually 3 dead for Oxygen. Wow, Contra couldn't have made a better play there than getting a quick double shot or quick 2 light rifle shot and beat down here. That's all it takes. And that was going to be, I almost want to say that was going to be a flag capture if Contra was not sitting there with that light rifle.
Yeah, great job just being essentially a blocker for his team, you know, just running into that player while the flag was being ran. Unfortunately, the objective couldn't be put forth any further, but Spartan with a nice double kill. This is just a back and forth game.
Yeah, Spartan still here towards top center. No camo coming up quite yet. Spartan gets taken, no shields. Fantastic shots from Contra. You've got a couple other members of Ronin getting trapped here in this treehouse, taking no shields. That's 3 dead. L-Town, last guy alive here, right in front of Nemesis. Nemesis can't hit that beatdown. We'll see what kind of disruption L-Town can be here coming up, but no, Nemesis, great shots. Will follow up on that kill. 2 members pushing out. Some more teamwork here coming in. Nemesis grabs yet another one. That's a turnaround 3 dead for Ronin instead. Make that a 4 dead momentarily, but L-Town already back up off of spawn. But that is perfect timing here for Oxygen as that railgun's up. More teamwork coming out. Another 2 dead. Flag being moved. And this is a scary opportunity. Ronin really has to clutch it up if they're going to prevent this one. And sure enough, just as I say that, players are just dying left and right. Can he get the flag past bottom center? Oh, it looks like there may be a double return coming out. Sure enough, that one goes back at home. That is a heartbreaking capture to lose here because they were set up and his spawn killed Ronin essentially twice in a row and still not able to secure the capture.
Yeah, it seems like they're desperating it a little too hard. They're getting ahead of themselves. They need to just slow it down a little bit and slay around the objective, get the cutoffs that they need to, play their game. You know, their coach told me before the match that, you know, if they're playing their game, they're almost unstoppable. But as soon as they start playing another team's game, they just look completely different. And I think that was just kind of little shines of that that were coming through right there. And they need to stop that. They need to nip it in the bud right now because this is their elimination from, you know, this is going to send them down to the elimination bracket. This game is very, very important.
Yeah, and I think that was also camo over in favor of Oxygen Supremacy we saw a moment ago. We are having straight take. He was being a beast top center a moment ago. Got picked up multiple kills, put a lot of damage down. But I'm liking what we're seeing out of Ryan here, recognizing they're at a numbers disadvantage. He needs to sit on Engine, prevent that from being secured by Ronin here and blocking those spawns. So he does exactly that, and all of a sudden just back to 3 dead for Ronin. Ronin really having a difficult time picking up that last and final kill here on members of Oxygen.
All right, and Contra going to be sneaky here, but that I'm sure those players saw them where those grenades were coming from. They're going to check this tree house. They know to look for him. He needs to get this kill. He knew he was getting pinched and did so. Fabulous job from Contra right there. Good trade, essentially. Spartan getting that double kill right now. Just going to manage to keep his shields. He sees that 2 players are putting shots in. He does not need to contest that. He just needs to regain his health and just stay in the fight. Wait for his teammates to push up to a power position on the map. Destroyed, though, has the railgun. I want to go over to him real quick, see what he can do with this weapon.
Yeah, he does have top middle control. I'm pretty sure that camo is getting ready to spawn any second here as well. These players have been generally able to get that pretty early here on in these games, and that's exactly what Detroit is waiting for. Recognizing they had the numbers advantage, they've got at least 1 player, but it's actually going to be 2 that are trapped over towards Engine. Detroit needs to make sure he just keeps some of his shields. The last player alive got the top center, somehow misses a railgun shot and will be taken out, but that will still allow Ryan to grab that camo here. 2 dead for Oxygen, only 1 down for Ronin. So, I mean, some of the problems we're seeing here, and it makes me a little concerned for these teams going forward into the rest of the tournament, is when you have setup and opportunities like that, nothing is being capitalized on. You see like some of these situations where it's a 4-up versus all dead for the other team. Optic Gaming is going to completely manhandle you the rest of the game, not just immediately go all 4 down in return.
Right. Right, they're going to think 2 or 3 steps ahead every single time. When you're playing against the best, you've got to have like it's going to be like a chess match. But it looks like there was some difficulties and some issues that are going to get taken care of, but we will get the match started up as soon as possible. But boy, that game was back and forth the entire time. You know, like you said, there was no capitalization like on any of the times that Ronin were, you know, just letting up on Oxygen or vice versa. Anytime that, it's getting a little heated here.
Yeah, I think they're just talking about whether or not there are any audio issues in the game, but definitely a lot. Tensions are high as there is a lot on the line for these squads here. We'll get this issue figured out and return to the games momentarily here. Now, that was, like we said, you know, makes me worried a little bit going forward what these teams are going to be able to do against some of the top 6 NA teams, you know, and I'm really excited to see how the European teams are going to match up this time around as well, going up against some of our top AM teams.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to running into, like, the Liquids, the Splices, the Optics, you know, at the Halo World Championships as well.
The big 4, the dreaded 4 right now that we have, it would be a really tough thing. But, yeah, looking forward into the rest of the tournament. They got to get past this one first, and they can't think that too far ahead. You know, Oxygen placed 5th at UMG Daytona, so you know they know that they can compete at this level. In fact, they even went to a game 5 with Envious. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the situation was there. Were Envious cold? What was going on? But that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Envious is always one of those teams that's pretty hit or miss in some situations here. Sometimes we'll see them come out and, you know, make those losers bracket or elimination bracket runs like we've seen at some tournaments before, or other times we see them come out and just immediately fall down really early on and lose. So as you can tell, we're still getting the players here set up and taking a look at any issues that may have arisen here. So we'll give you updates here very shortly. But like we said, this is still a 3-2 series in favor of Ronin Oxygen Supremacy, looking to tie it up and send it into a Game 7.
Issues with the audio, so we are pausing it just for a second to make sure that all the guys are happy and we can play this one out absolutely spot on. We don't want anything. It's a big match. There's Pro League at stake. We don't want players, if they're not happy about something, we've got to stop it. We've got to get it sorted. Let's talk about what we've seen so far, though, because signs of greatness from both sides. You know, these guys are playing their hearts and souls out. Let's have a quick recap then what we've seen so far. Kyle, any individual standout performances for yourself?
Individual performances standing out. There's definitely been a lot of good ones going on, but I think what I'm more concerned about is what I was saying is some of the missed opportunities and missed capitalization on numbers advantages. When you have all 4 members down, both on the Strongholds Plaza game type and on CTF Fathom, there were just a lot of things you can't let happen. When you get all 4 dead, you have to get a flag capture. You have to control the strongholds, grab 30 seconds of time, or else you're not going to be able to progress further enough into the bracket to really make a difference.
90, obviously you've been watching these goes down. How? I think we should probably get to this point where we start talking about predictions and what we're kind of going to be, you know, expecting to see as we move forward on this one.
You're right.
How are you feeling about this series so far? Whose ball? Which court is it in? Where is the ball lying right now in the course?
Well, I don't want to pick either side, but seeing from kind of the tension and just what the reaction was from some of the players with the issues at hand, that's part of tournaments. That's just something that you're going to have to deal with at a live event. You're going to get a curveball, and how you deal with it is what's going to ultimately either be your downfall, or it's just going to be something that really proves your worth, really, as a professional player. And so far, I'm thinking that Oxygen is just going to take this in stride.
Yeah? Which would absolutely, obviously, guarantee then a new team inside the Pro League. And then this is where things start to get really hot. Straight ripping. Ronin. There's only one more space. If that does occur, we still need to get through that and move that one further down in the bracket. So far, though, they're looking good. We watched some of the games earlier on and how things kind of panned out. It is back and forth, back and forth. Again, we are just having a technical pause while we make sure that all these headset issues are resolved. We want the guys to be completely comfortable. Everything good across the board. There's a lot at stake here. It's not only money, but more importantly, it's the sport in that 2017 Fall Season Finals. And if you are just joining us, I do want to say welcome along. You are currently watching Ronin eSports taking on your #1 seed from the open circuit. That's going to be Oxygen Supremacy. This right here, if you heard us speak before, it's a best of 7. Everything to play for. 2017 Fall Season Finals. One of these two teams will be bagging their spot. It's either going to be Ronin, recertifying themselves as that pro team. They deserve that spot. They are not going nowhere. We'll recap the bracket right now to show you guys exactly how this has played out so far. We are pretty much looking kind of, I don't know, it's been back and forth. When you look at it, you've got 100 to 54, doubling the scoreline on Eden Strongholds for Ronin. Then we move over. They lose the Slayer 50 to 37. We kind of mentioned yesterday, Kyle, when you get around the 35-40 mark, teams do generally start to progress away. Then, all of a sudden, what a turn of events. 3-0ing the team on Capture the Flag Coliseum. That's where you start to really kind of lay down the law, so to speak.
Actually, when I'm looking at those game types, the only game that I really think was close in this series so far was Regret Slayer. And the reason I say that, even though it's a 50-44 victory, yeah, I mean, it's definitely the closest one on the board there. But Regret in particular is a map where there's a heavy swing count. And I pointed out a handful of times already as it is. The backsmack, the free kill, which turned into an additional 2 kills going in favor of Oxygen Supremacy there, could have made that game, work out a little differently. We could have been looking at a 47-47, 48-48 kind of match, but instead it was definitely Ronin falling apart towards the end there and Oxygen Supremacy capitalizing on some mistakes.
How do you, obviously, it's hard to talk about, but, we are in a technical pause and we do have to discuss it. How is this going to affect teams as we roll into the next series? Does it give them kind of a chance to recuperate and say, look, what's going on? I mean, put yourself in their shoes, Kyle. You've played at the top of the top, the best of the best. In this kind of scenario now, between yourself as a team, what are you talking about?
You're basically trying to forget the last game and be refocused because, this is just a mental game. This is extremely back and forth for these guys all the time. You have to keep yourself in the right mindset. And unfortunately, when things like this happen, a lot of people can become extremely flustered. And you need to make sure you can maintain your composure, not just during that series, but you need to keep that all weekend long. Lots of times what I'll see from some of these amateur teams here, a situation like this happens, and it happens to all of us, you need to be able to bounce back. You need to be focusing on yourself and in your team, keeping your mind right in that game. And that's all weekend long, from sleeping to eating to having issues like this, forgetting about them. Worry about it after the tournament, but right now you need one goal, and that is winning the match.
Well, speaking of winning that, let's just remind ourselves once again of that series layout. We'll take a look at those final games. You mentioned moving onwards down the line, Ronin, they got a back-to-back win on Plaza Strongholds, 100 points to 53. Then the tide, the tide started to change. Regret Team Slayer, 50 to 44, Oxygen Supremacy. Still a close game, 90. When you look at that, it's only a 6-kill game.
Yeah, yeah. You know, they failed a little bit on getting the power-ups, and they started to learn as the game went on not to let Ronin get away with